I'm Mike Wuellner, sales representative for Audio-Technica, and I'm here at Northern Sound and Light to show you the 4000 series and the 5000 series from Audio-Technica. Now, this is the 4000 series. A lot of what we talk about, in fact, everything we talk about here is also in the 5000, but I will point out some differences between the 4000 and 5000 as we go on. I wish you could feel this unit because it is robust. It has a real power supply built into it, no wall warts or line warts, removable antenna, it's heavy, it's beefy, it is a true professional unit. The belt pack is metal. If you saw the video on the 3000 series, one of the differences between the 3 and the 4000 series is this belt pack is metal, the 3000 series has a plastic belt pack. All of our wireless systems come with rack mount hardware, and the 4000 series is no exception. Let's take another look at the back side. We have two removable half-wave antennas. We have, of course, balanced and unbalanced line input, attenuation, ground lift switch, and we've got a link in and a link out, which I'll get to momentarily. Now, if we jump to the menu real quickly, the 4000 series, by the way, is available in 500 megahertz and 600 megahertz. On the front panel, we have these two buttons which can be removed, and actually the antennas can be mounted to the front. So if you're rack mounting these and you want your antennas on the front of the rack, you can do it right here. There's a headphone and level control power button. Very, very nice backlit display, and then soft touch switches for our menu operations. If we get into the menu, we can see that we can change the frequency here. We can also scan. Now let's talk about scanning for a moment. One of the differences between the 4000 and the 3000 is this link in and out on the back panel. It comes with an 8-pin DIN connector cable, and what you can do is link a rack of 4000 series together and scan them all as a group. So the system knows how many frequencies it's looking for. It's looking for them all to be compatible, and it's looking for them all to be clear. So one button press, you can find all of your frequencies nice and easy, and it's just very simple to operate and very, very reliable. So that's the scanning feature. Next, we go to the lockout options. Now, the lockout options allow us to lock out the receiver so that the front panels of the receiver don't work. We can also lock out the PC. Now, the 4000 and the 5000 can work together in tandem as a complete system. The 5000 is basically two 4000s side by side in one rack mount chassis. It's 2 channels of wireless in a single rack space. The 5000s have an Ethernet connection on them. They also have the 8-pin DIN connector. So if you've got the 5000 series on an Ethernet cable with our computer-controlled software, and then any number of 5000 or 4000 series linked in through this connector, you can actually monitor and control all of the wireless systems in the rack from your PC. So in the lockout function, we can lock out the receiver, we can lock out the PC, so that changes to the receiver can only be done by the front panel and can't be done by the PC. Or we can lock out everything if we choose to, or not have a lock. Next on our menu is antenna amplifier or antenna power. This is designed for use when you're using a distribution amp, which is very common in high channel count wireless systems. A lot of times if there's long cable runs, you're going to want to make up that gain loss by using powered antennas. So we can turn our powered antennas and power the antennas straight out of the unit, just like we can on the 3000. We have squelch adjustment. We have a couple of meter options. We can hold the peaks, or we can just have it be normal RMS readings. And we can also select presets. There are 6 presets available. Actually, there's one preset in the receiver. There's 6 presets available in the transmitter. And the neat thing about the presets in the transmitter is we can name the presets in the transmitter alphanumerically, and that name, if we call it Pastor, or if we call it Guitar, or call it Bob, or George, or Ringo, that name will actually be transmitted back to the receiver so that it shows up here. So when the operator is mixing, he can quickly look at a wireless and very quickly tell which, who that wireless represents. Now, taking a look at the belt pack, and again, this is very hefty. It's got a great weight to it. It's all metal. It's got a nice cover, like the 3000. We can cover up everything. We can leave the power button and mute button available, or we can leave all of it open, including the menu buttons. The power button is dual function. We tap it to mute, or we press and hold to power on off. 2 AA's power this belt pack. And if we hit the set button, we can enter the menu. We can change our RF from low to high. Now, if your transmitters are in close proximities to your receiver, you may want to knock the RF down so you don't over-modulate the receiver. Also, if you're in a non-challenging RF environment, you may want to knock your RF down just to save on battery life and save a little bit of money. We have input sensitivity in 6 dB steps. We have a locking function. Now, the locking function on the transmitter allows us to program the mute power button. We can have no lock. We can lock so it just does power and doesn't do mute, or we can lock it so it just does mute and doesn't do power, or we can lock the button out altogether. Now, how many times have you handed a receiver to somebody and they accidentally hit the mute button or the on-off button and we lose the wireless? Here you can hand somebody this belt pack, same thing with the handheld transmitters, and they can't touch it. They cannot turn it off if you choose to do so. Moving along in our menu, we have mic line option, and then this is where you would either load an existing preset or store to a new preset. And again, there's 6 presets available in this belt pack, as well as in the handheld. Now, this is one of our handheld transmitters. This is the AEW T3300 transmitter. This is based off of our Artist Elite 3300 microphone, which is actually a 4033 element, very well shock mounted on a handheld for an absolutely unbelievable handheld condenser microphone. We've got it in the Artist Elite series wireless, which is the 4000 and 5000. It just sounds absolutely amazing. Power and mute is right here. The menu, very similar to the belt pack, is found right here. And the 4000 and 5000 really represent the pinnacle of wireless technology right now. The compander inside the 4000 and 5000 is a dual band compander, so it's companding the high frequencies and low frequencies separately. Companding is a way to compress the signal for broadcast and then receive it at the receiver and expand it out again. It's a requirement for broadcast, and it's one of the reasons that guitar players and bass players have trouble with wireless sound, because the companding kind of crushes the sound a little bit. We've got dual companding in here. It absolutely sounds fantastic. The 4000 and 5000 work together as a true comprehensive professional system that allows you to monitor and control and program all of the wireless channels together, either from PC or from the front panel. It's a phenomenal product. If you're looking for a professional grade series wireless 4000 or 5000, Northern Sound and Light will take good care of you. Thanks for watching.